that makes sure all Texas kids can celebrate the holidays at school. Now I'd like to introduce the governor of the great state of Texas, Rick Perry.
Reagan, thank you. That was as good an introduction as I have had. You're the man. Thank you, brother. And Dad, thank you. You know, I realize it's only June, but it's a good June. And the holidays are coming early this year. So, particularly for these Coots cheerleaders and for students across the state of all faiths who want to freely express the simplest of appropriate greetings during holy days. You know, it's a shame that a bill like this one I'm signing today is even required. But I'm proud that we're standing up for religious freedom in the state. Religious freedom does not mean freedom from religion. Last October, matter of fact, in this room, I said that government leaders owe it to the people of all religious faiths, all people who want to project their expressions of faith, to ensure everyone has the right to voice their opinions and worship as they see fit. And a pledge to work during the legislative session to find ways to preserve religious expression, explore ways to protect people of faith. People of faith too often feel they can't express their faith publicly. And if they dare display it, they find themselves under attack from individuals, organizations that have nothing to do with them or their communities for that matter. With us today are members of the Coots cheerleading squad who can tell you firsthand how that feels. How's that freedom of expression going over there in Coots now? Pretty good. The bill that I'm signing today works to address that issue by ensuring that people of all faiths are free to use traditional holiday greetings, display religious scenes, symbols, even on school property. In no way does this advocate any particular religion over another. Instead, it ensures freedom of expression, where for many students, teachers, and administrators, it's most important. So I'd like for you to hear from the author of the bill, who happens to also be the father of Reagan, Representative Boack.
Well, it is a treasure and a pleasure to be here today with my son Reagan, who was actually the inspiration of this bill. I picked him up in the first grade at the flagpole like I typically do, and I asked him, as I typically do, how his day was. And he told me that they decorated their holiday tree with holiday ornaments. That was his expression. So I thought to myself, why is it that we call it a holiday tree at school, but a Christmas tree at home? So I immediately went into the school district office and very gingerly expressed my sentiments, and they said, Dwayne, we don't use terms like Christmas, and we don't call a Christmas tree because we're fearful of litigation. That's what they told me. So I left there, immediately set out to work with Jonathan Sines at the Liberty Institute. I called him immediately and said, we have to begin working on this. And so we did. And I'm happy to report that the result is House Bill 308, which will do exactly what the governor's office has said it will do. And I hope that this will become the model, like so many of the things we do in the state of Texas, Governor, especially on the economic and civil litigation front. I hope this will become the model for 49 other states. I will tell you, we've had other state representatives. We've had folks from across the United States, since this issue has been on O'Reilly, it's been on Huckabee, it's been on all over Breitbart, it's been on most of the major pieces of media. We hope that this is a fire that will take off and become laws in the other 49 states, and I would encourage all of them to visit merrychristmasbill.com to learn about the Texas model and to possibly use it as a go-by in their particular state. I thank Governor Perry for his leadership on this issue. This is not a governor that shirks away from the tough issues. And this should not be a tough issue, which is what's even amazing about all this. But this is just political correctness that's run amok, and our brains have completely fallen out as a result of political correctness. So this bill seeks to restore some sanity to our civil discourse. And I thank you.
Great, thank you. Senator Robert Nichols, who is the Senate sponsor, is also the Senate representative for his district that includes Coombs, Texas. So, ladies, this is your state senator, Robert Nichols.
Thank you, Governor. First of all, I want to thank the governor for having this press conference and his support of the bill. And I certainly want to thank Representative Boack for filing the bill, letting me help on the Senate side and being the Senate sponsor. And also, I'm real tickled to meet Reagan, the young man that's brought us all together today. I think it was Thomas Jefferson that said the price of liberty is eternal vigilance. One of those freedoms is the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And as the governor was saying, the Constitution refers to the freedom of religion, not the freedom from religion. And so challenges to these freedoms that we enjoy can come in a lot of different ways. They can come in very large ways, like the war on terror, or our freedoms can be taken away in small ways, like the removal of a Christmas tree from a classroom or a menorah from a celebration. And so whenever we meet these challenges, we need to meet them straight on. I had two incidences in my Senate district in the recent past that actually got national attention. The first was in Henderson County. The courthouse had a nativity scene, and every Christmas for decades they've had that Christmas scene. It was challenged. They tried to remove it. The community backed them up. State supported them, and they eventually won. And the most recent event was these Coombs cheerleaders, Go Lions, by the way. And their freedom of expression of religious symbols was challenged, and they stood up to that. The community rallied, the state rallied. We all appreciate what y'all have done to help bring us together. So I look forward to the passage of this bill and the implementation of the rules. I think having the ability to have Christmas celebrations and to have other religious traditional celebrations is very important to everybody. We don't need our schools and our teachers and our administrators worried about frivolous lawsuits, and that's what this bill does. It helps tie it all together. So again, thank you, Governor, and thank you, Representative Boack and Reagan, for bringing it together. And so, yeah, sign it. So Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your leadership on the
Rabbi, thank you very much.